Ladies and gentlemen, change is one of life's most relentless forces. It doesn't ask for permission, it doesn't wait for the perfect moment, and it often shows up when you least expect it. But here's the truth. The life you dream of, the success you crave, and the person you're meant to become are all waiting on the other side of change. The question is, are you ready to embrace it? Steve Harvey's journey is a masterclass in the power of embracing change. He didn't just survive life's twists and turns, he thrived because of them. In this speech, we'll uncover how change, even when it feels uncomfortable or unwelcome, can become your greatest ally. This isn't about fearing the unknown, it's about learning to dance with it, to see change not as a threat, but as the gateway to your next breakthrough. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear could shift your perspective forever. By the end of this, you won't just face change, you'll welcome it, knowing it's the key to unlocking the life you've always dreamed of. Change is often seen as an unwelcome guest, disrupting our carefully laid plans and challenging our sense of security. Yet it is in the moments of disruption that we discover who we truly are. Steve Harvey's story is a testament to the idea that change is not something to resist, but something to embrace. When life throws unexpected challenges our way, it's tempting to cling to what feels familiar and safe. However, the truth is that the familiar rarely leads to growth. Growth happens when we step into the unknown, even when it's uncomfortable. Steve Harvey understood this when he faced some of the toughest moments of his life. From living out of his car to chasing a career in comedy that seemed far from guaranteed, he made a choice to see change as an opportunity rather than a setback. He didn't view his challenges as roadblocks, but as stepping stones to something greater. This mindset is crucial because how we perceive change determines how we respond to it. If we see it as a threat, we shrink back. But if we see it as a chance to grow, we rise to meet it. Embracing change begins with letting go of the fear of failure. Fear keeps us trapped in mediocrity, convincing us that staying where we are is safer than venturing into the unknown. But as Steve Harvey's journey illustrates, staying still is often the riskiest choice of all. Life will move forward with or without us, and if we resist change, we risk being left behind. When we embrace it, however, we align ourselves with the natural flow of life, opening doors to possibilities we never imagined. Another critical aspect of embracing change is the willingness to adapt. Life rarely unfolds according to our plans, and that's okay. Success doesn't come from rigidly sticking to one path. It comes from being flexible enough to pivot when necessary. Steve Harvey didn't achieve his success by sticking to a single, unchanging plan. He adapted, learned, and grew with each twist and turn in his journey. This adaptability is what allowed him to turn challenges into opportunities and setbacks into setups for success. It's also important to recognize that change is often the universe's way of preparing us for something greater. The discomfort we feel in the face of change is not a sign that we're on the wrong path, but that we're being stretched beyond our current limits. Growth is never comfortable, but it is always worth it. Steve Harvey's willingness to embrace discomfort allowed him to grow into the person he was meant to be. Ultimately, embracing change is about trusting the process. It's about believing that even when things don't go as planned, they're still working out for your good. Steve Harvey's life is proof that change, no matter how challenging it may seem, is the key to unlocking your full potential. When you stop resisting change and start embracing it, you'll find that the very thing you feared was the thing that would set you free. Fear is the greatest thief of opportunity. It whispers doubts into your mind, convinces you to play it safe, and keeps you from stepping into the unknown. But the truth is, fear is often nothing more than a mirage, a projection of worst-case scenarios that rarely come to pass. Steve Harvey's journey shows us that the only way to overcome fear is to face it head-on. Fear loses its power the moment you decide to act in spite of it. It's not about eliminating fear, but about refusing to let it dictate your choices. When Steve Harvey pursued his dream of becoming a comedian, he didn't have a safety net. He didn't know if he would succeed, and he certainly didn't know how long it would take. What he did know was that he couldn't let fear of failure keep him from trying. Fear is often rooted in a desire for certainty, but certainty is an illusion. Life is unpredictable, and waiting for everything to align perfectly before taking action is a recipe for stagnation. Steve understood this, and instead of waiting for the right time, he created his own opportunities by taking bold steps forward. Fear often masquerades as practicality. It tells you to wait until you're more prepared, until you have more resources, or until you feel more confident. But the reality is that confidence doesn't come before action, it comes after. You don't build confidence by avoiding challenges, you build it by facing them. Steve Harvey didn't wait until he felt ready to step onto a comedy stage. He stepped onto that stage and built his confidence through experience. He learned that courage isn't the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. One of the most powerful lessons Steve Harvey's life teaches is that fear often points you in the direction of your greatest growth. The things that scare you the most are often the things that will transform you the most. Fear is a sign that you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, and that's exactly where growth happens. It's easy to stay in the safety of what's familiar, but nothing extraordinary ever happens there. Steve's willingness to face his fears allowed him to achieve extraordinary success, and it can do the same for you. Another important aspect of overcoming fear is understanding that failure is not the end. Fear often stems from a belief that failure will define you. But the truth is that failure is simply feedback. It's a necessary part of the journey to success. Steve Harvey didn't let the fear of failing stop him because he knew that every failure was a stepping stone toward his ultimate goal. Each misstep taught him something valuable, and each setback strengthened his resolve. Fear thrives in the absence of action. The longer you wait to confront your fears, the stronger they become. But the moment you take action, no matter how small, you begin to reclaim your power. Steve Harvey's life is a testament to the fact that fear only has as much power as you give it. When you choose to act in spite of fear, you break its hold on you and open yourself up to a world of possibilities. Adaptability is the cornerstone of success in a constantly changing world. Steve Harvey's life story exemplifies the power of embracing change and using it as a catalyst for growth. When faced with unexpected challenges or shifts in circumstances, many people resist clinging to what feels safe and familiar. But Steve's journey shows that change is not something to be feared. It is an opportunity to redefine yourself, explore new possibilities, and uncover hidden potential. Steve's path was not linear. From working various jobs to pursuing his dream of comedy, his willingness to adapt to life's twists and turns set him apart. He didn't see change as a disruption, but as an invitation to grow. Every time life threw him a curveball, he adjusted his approach, learned new skills, and found ways to turn obstacles into opportunities. This mindset allowed him to thrive in an industry where success often depends on the ability to evolve. His story reminds us that life's changes, Even the unexpected or unwelcome ones are often the very things that lead us to our greatest breakthroughs. Adaptability requires a shift in perspective. Instead of viewing change as a loss or a threat, Steve Harvey teaches us to see it as a chance to innovate and improve. When he transitioned from being a stand-up comedian to hosting television shows, he didn't cling to the past or resist the shift. He embraced the new opportunities with open arms, understanding that growth often requires stepping into unfamiliar territory. His ability to pivot and excel in different roles demonstrates that adaptability is not just about survival, it's about thriving by remaining open to new possibilities. One of the most significant barriers to embracing change is fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of failure, and fear of losing what you already have. But Steve's life shows that the greatest rewards often lie on the other side of fear. Change pushes you out of your comfort zone, forcing you to confront your insecurities and limitations. It's in these moments of discomfort that you discover what you're truly capable of. By embracing change, Steve Harvey didn't just survive life's challenges, he turned them into stepping stones toward greater success. Adaptability also requires a willingness to learn and grow continuously. Steve Harvey's journey illustrates that success is not a destination, but a process of constant evolution. Each new chapter of his career required him to develop new skills, expand his knowledge, and refine his approach. Whether it was learning how to connect with a television audience or navigating the complexities of the business world, Steve's commitment to growth allowed him to excel in every endeavor. His story reminds us that adaptability is not about being perfect, it's about being willing to learn, adjust, and keep moving forward. Finally, adaptability is rooted in resilience. Change often brings challenges, setbacks, and moments of uncertainty, but Steve Harvey's life demonstrates that resilience is the key to navigating these obstacles. He faced countless rejections and hardships on his journey, but he never allowed them to define him. Instead, he used them as fuel to keep going. His resilience, combined with his adaptability, allowed him to turn every challenge into an opportunity for growth. His story is a powerful reminder that the ability to embrace change is not just a skill, it's a mindset that can transform your life. Steve Harvey's life is a masterclass in the importance of perspective when navigating change. Often, people perceive change as a disruption, something that derails their plans and throws their lives into chaos. However, Steve's journey illustrates a profound truth. Change is not a setback, but a setup for something greater. It is the lens through which we view change that determines whether it becomes an obstacle or an opportunity. By shifting our perspective, we can harness the power of change to propel us forward, even when it initially feels uncomfortable or challenging. Throughout his career, Steve Harvey faced numerous moments where change seemed daunting, whether it was losing jobs, facing financial struggles, or transitioning between roles in the entertainment industry. He could have easily seen these changes as insurmountable barriers. Instead, he chose to view them as stepping stones. He reframed each challenge as a chance to grow, learn, and discover new paths. This shift in perspective allowed him to approach change with curiosity and optimism rather than fear and resistance. His story reminds us that our mindset shapes our reality, and when we choose to see change as a gift, we unlock its full potential. One of the most powerful lessons Steve teaches is that change often brings clarity. When life disrupts your plans or forces you out of your comfort zone, it can reveal truths about yourself that you may not have discovered otherwise. For Steve, moments of change were opportunities to realign with his purpose and uncover hidden strengths. They pushed him to ask important questions. What do I truly want? What am I capable of? What's the next step in my journey? These moments of introspection, sparked by change, allowed him to grow not only as a professional, but also as a person. His perspective is also about embracing the unknown. Change often comes with uncertainty, and it's natural to feel apprehensive about what lies ahead. But Steve Harvey's story shows that the unknown is where growth happens. By leaning into the uncertainty and trusting the process, he discovered opportunities he never could have imagined. His success as a comedian, host, and entrepreneur wasn't the result of a rigid plan, but of his ability to adapt and thrive in the face of uncertainty. He teaches us that when we let go of the need for complete control and instead embrace the possibilities that change brings, we open ourselves to a world of opportunities. Another key aspect of perspective is gratitude. Steve Harvey often speaks about the importance of being grateful for every stage of the journey, even the difficult ones. Change, no matter how challenging, is a sign that life is moving forward. It's a chance to grow, evolve, and become the person you're meant to be. By practicing gratitude, even in the face of uncertainty, Steve was able to maintain a positive outlook and attract more opportunities into his life. His story reminds us that when we approach change with a grateful heart, we not only endure it, but thrive because of it. Ultimately, Steve Harvey's perspective on change is a powerful reminder that life is not happening to us, but for us. Every twist and turn, every unexpected shift is part of a greater plan. When we choose to see change as a blessing rather than a burden, we unlock its transformative power. Steve's journey is a testament to the fact that the way we perceive change determines the quality of our lives. By embracing this mindset, we can turn life's challenges into our greatest triumphs. Steve Harvey's story reveals that adaptability is not just a skill. It's a mindset, a way of approaching life that transforms challenges into opportunities. Change is inevitable, but how we respond to it determines whether it becomes a stepping stone or a stumbling block. For Steve, the ability to adapt has been one of the most crucial elements of his success. It allowed him to pivot when doors closed, find new opportunities in unexpected places, and continually evolve in his career and personal life. His journey serves as a powerful reminder that adaptability is the key to thriving in a world that is constantly shifting. Adaptability begins with a willingness to let go of rigid plans and embrace the unknown. Steve Harvey's career is a testament to this principle. Starting as a struggling comedian, he faced countless rejections and financial hardships. However, he didn't let these setbacks define him. Instead, he adapted. When comedy clubs weren't paying the bills, he found other avenues to support his dreams, whether it was working odd jobs or exploring different aspects of entertainment. His ability to pivot and remain open to new possibilities allowed him to seize opportunities that others might have overlooked. This flexibility is what ultimately propelled him to success as a television host, author, and entrepreneur. One of the most important aspects of adaptability is learning to see change as a chance to grow. Steve often speaks about the importance of being a lifelong learner, someone who is always willing to acquire new skills and perspectives. This mindset has been instrumental in his ability to navigate change. For example, transitioning from stand-up comedy to hosting a talk show required a completely different set of skills. Instead of resisting this change, Steve embraced it as an opportunity to expand his abilities and reach a broader audience. His willingness to learn and adapt not only ensured his success, but also made him a more versatile and dynamic individual. Another critical component of adaptability is resilience. Change often comes with challenges, and it's easy to feel overwhelmed or discouraged. However, Steve Harvey's story demonstrates that resilience is what allows us to keep moving forward, even when the path is uncertain. He often shares how he refused to give up, even when faced with seemingly insurmountable obstacles. This resilience, combined with his adaptability, enabled him to turn setbacks into setups for success. By maintaining a positive attitude and staying focused on his goals, he was able to weather the storms of change and emerge stronger on the other side. Adaptability also requires humility. Steve Harvey's journey is a powerful example of how staying humble and open to feedback can lead to growth. Throughout his career, he has sought guidance from mentors, listened to constructive criticism, and remained grounded in the face of success. This humility allowed him to adapt to changing circumstances without letting ego get in the way. It's a reminder that adaptability is not about having all the answers, but about being willing to learn, grow, and evolve. Finally, adaptability is about taking action. Steve Harvey often emphasizes the importance of doing something even if it's not perfect. Change can be paralyzing if we overthink it or wait for the perfect moment. However, Steve's story shows that taking small, consistent steps forward is the key to adapting and thriving. Whether it's trying a new approach, exploring a different career path, or simply adjusting to life's curveballs, action is what drives progress. His journey teaches us that adaptability is not just about surviving change, but about using it as a catalyst for success. In essence, Steve Harvey's life is a masterclass in the power of adaptability. By staying open, resilient, and action-oriented, he turned the challenges of change into opportunities for growth and transformation. His story reminds us that when we embrace adaptability, we unlock our potential to thrive in any situation. Adaptability thrives on the foundation of faith. Steve Harvey's journey exemplifies how deeply held faith can provide the courage and confidence to embrace change and turn uncertainty into opportunity. Faith in this context is not just about spirituality. It is about trusting the process, believing in your ability to overcome challenges, and having confidence that the future holds possibilities beyond what you can see. Steve's life story is a testament to how faith can act as an anchor during turbulent times and a guiding light when the path ahead seems unclear. Faith gives us the strength to step into the unknown. Steve Harvey often shares how his unwavering belief in his purpose allowed him to navigate the most difficult periods of his life. When he was homeless and living out of his car, it would have been easy to give up. Yet his faith kept him moving forward even when the odds were stacked against him. He believed that his struggles were temporary and that his breakthrough was on the horizon. This belief wasn't based on evidence at the time, but on a deep inner conviction that his efforts and perseverance would eventually pay off. Faith in this sense becomes the fuel that drives action, even when immediate results are absent. Faith also enables us to see change as an opportunity rather than a threat. When faced with a major life shift, it's natural to feel fear or resistance. However, Steve's story illustrates that faith can transform our perspective. Instead of fearing change, he embraced it as a necessary step in his journey. For instance, transitioning from stand-up comedy to hosting a television show required him to step out of his comfort zone, yet he trusted that this change was part of a bigger plan. His faith allowed him to focus on the possibilities rather than the uncertainties, turning what could have been a daunting transition into a pivotal moment in his career. Another powerful aspect of faith is his ability to instill resilience. Life is full of setbacks, but faith reminds us that setbacks are not the end of the story. Steve Harvey often speaks about how his faith helped him recover from failures and disappointments. Whether it was a failed business venture or a personal challenge, his belief in a better future kept him from dwelling on the negative. Instead, he used those experiences as learning opportunities, trusting that they were shaping him for greater success. Faith, in this way, becomes a tool for resilience, allowing us to bounce back stronger after every fall. Faith also encourages us to trust in our unique journey. In a world that often compares success and measures progress against external benchmarks, faith helps us stay focused on our own path. Steve's success was not immediate and his journey was far from conventional, yet his faith allowed him to remain patient and persistent, trusting that his timing was different from others. This perspective is invaluable in a fast-pacing world where it's easy to feel left behind. Faith reassures us that our journey is unfolding exactly as it should, even if it doesn't align with societal expectations. Finally, faith empowers us to take bold action. Steve Harvey's life is a testament to the fact that faith is not passive. It requires us to act. Believing in the possibility of a better future is only the first step. Faith pushes us to take risks, seize opportunities, and move forward, even when the path is uncertain. Steve's willingness to embrace change, try new things, and step into unfamiliar territory was fueled by his belief that every action he took was leading him closer to his purpose. Faith, therefore, is not just a mindset, but a catalyst for growth and transformation. In essence, faith is the cornerstone of adaptability. It provides the courage to face change, the resilience to overcome challenges, and the confidence to take action. Steve Harvey's story shows us that when we anchor ourselves in faith, we unlock a limitless capacity to thrive, no matter what life throws our way.